There she be, kiddies, the legendary Loch Ness Monster, aka Lapras. No, it's not the Loch Ness Monster. Although, Lapras is, based on the Loch Ness Monster, etc. of, I think, wait, is it Ireland or is it Scotland? Man, I am really forgetting this stuff. But regardless, let's talk about competitive Lapras. Let's actually talk about competitive Lapras here, because Lapras got some serious love in this generation. I think it's because we're in the Galar region and we're based in, in Britain, etc. So Lapras got a ton of love, not only with, what it can do, but also like this Gigantamax Lapras that I'm staring at. This is Nestor, by the way. Nestor, my Gigantamax Lapras. Really cool, awesome looking Pokemon. He's such a cool Pokemon. He's a nice Pokemon. He's really nice. Now, let's talk about the items you're going to be wanting to hold on Lapras. Personally, my favorite item to put on any of my Gigantamax Pokemon is going to be the leftovers. Most of them are going to try to be very tanky, very bulky Pokemon. Only like one or two of them do I run anything else, like say a Life Orb, or in this case, I may run a Weakness Policy. But like I said, leftovers or weakness policy is a really good item for Lapras. It has a ton of options here, especially when you go over to its stats here. As you can see, I've got a calm-natured stat with the water absorb. This makes my Lapras extremely defensive bulky when it comes to, absorbing electric attacks and, all forms of special attack. Like when I get Gigantamax him, he just tanks so much damage. My opponents just waste so much time trying to focus him down, and he just sits there and absorbs everything. Because that is what a defensive wall is supposed to be doing. Lapras is a very defensive Pokemon. It doesn't have a lot in the way of firepower, but it can take a lot of damage. It can take a lot of, bulk onto itself. As for movesets here, actually Lapras got a real nice buff in terms of a moveset. So you got your standard Ice Beam here, you got your standard Hydro Pump, you got your standard Thunderbolt. But the other move you have here, most people run something else, like say a Protect here. Actually, Lapras is a very good support Pokemon. It doesn't have the muscle to take down a lot of threats. But if you give it, like, say, a weakness policy, suddenly that Lapras is looking very scary. But at the same time, it has this little side job, which it can heal thanks to the Life Do move here, which restores like about 25% of health to all Pokemon on your side of the field. So as like a support Pokemon, you can actually give it that move. You can give it this move set, and you can reliably run it. Now, if you're gonna go Dynamax or Gigantamax, whichever one, you might actually want to consider giving it the move Thunder instead of Thunderbolt, and leading with the Hydro Pump. The reason why is after the Gigantamax or Dynamax form wears off, you're gonna want to have that rain set up, not only so that you can get the the rain damage boost for your water attack, but also that if you're running Thunder, you can have that 100% guarantee to hit your targets. And this is also a very good moveset against other Lapras and other water-type Pokemon. The Weather Wars are very strong right now. They are very powerful in, in VGC and ranked ladders, etc. If you don't have some way to counter other not water Pokemon, but other weather Pokemon, you're gonna struggle. That's all it is. You're just gonna struggle. Alright, now, let's move. Now, actually, I'm screwing with the buttons here. Let's actually move over real quick. Let's talk about the stats, like I said here. As you can see here from these stats, Lapras, not exactly the strongest of Pokemon. It has a very good attack and a very good special attack, which means you can have either a physical or a special attacking Lapras. It doesn't matter. But where it really shines is this health bar here. A really good sponge when it comes to the absorbing damage and absorbing attacks. Really good strong HP here. Decent set of defense and a very good special defense stat here. Really good for like I said, being a wall. Lapras is a very good bulky Pokemon to have on your side of the field. As for the speed stat, it could be better, but then again, Lapras isn't exactly going anywhere very fast. As for moves here, it has gotten an upgrade since its Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon days. It has access to, like I said, it has access to, where is it, Life Dew here. Very good, support move there. It also has access to Mist. I'm not sure if that's actually a move it learned in Sun and Moon, or Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, or even Sword and or not. Yeah, it learns it in Sword and Shield. And this is actually a good move if you want to protect yourself against stats. Like, say you're running a physical attacker in the background, and you don't want to risk it, getting hurt by, say Intimidators. Mist is actually a counter to any intimidation. It will protect your Pokemon for like 5 turns against any stat reductions. Even moves that would reduce stats, Mist will protect them, or protect against them. As for TMs here, it gains access to quite a bit. You can run a standard like Chesto Resto set for Lapras. Give it some health there. If you're running, like, say, the hydration ability, that's actually even better. You can sleep off any damages, any paralysis or poisons, whatever. Rest them off. Next turn, wake up. If you're in the rain, that's the key. You need to have the rain set up for the hydration rest strategy to work. So real good if you're running a weakness policy set Lapras. Good to have that rest there. Also has access to Whirlpool, which is a good move if you want to deal some chip damage. If you're running a rest talk Lapras. Facade here is also a good one. Helping Hand, a very good support move if you're running a very supportive Lapras. Like I said, it has access to the Life Dew. Helping Hand is another good move you can have. And like if it has the water absorbability, like say you want to run a really strong water type Pokemon that hits hard with Surf, Helping Hand, Water Absorb, all you need. As for egg moves, it has quite the set of egg moves here. It has quite the set of egg moves, I'm telling you right now. It actually learns quite some good moves. First of all, you have access to the Curse. Good for physical Laprases that want to set up. They don't care about their speed, and if you're running it in a Trick Room, even better. Increase their defense, increase their attack. Boom. Good Curse set for Lapras. You have access to some other moves. You have Freeze Dry here, a good anti-water move. And of course, silly shenanigans with the Fissure. Ancient Power there for anti Charizard. Although if you're running against Charizard, why would you use Ancient Power when you have access to Hydro Pump? And finally, Sparkling Aria. I mean, you can't get it yet, but Lapras can learn it when Primarina comes into Sword and Shield. Sparkling Aria. Lapras gets access to the Sparkling Aria. And a very interesting move. So, Primarina teaching its signature move to other Pokemon. So, yay, Lapras. Learns a lot of other moves. As for TRs and TMs, we covered some of the TMs there. But the TRs, it has access to a very wide set here. So we have access to the Surf. We have access to Body Slam, but I think we learned that naturally. Same thing with Hydro Pump. Learned that naturally. Ice Beam and Blizzard actually are 2 moves it does not learn. Actually, it learns access to Ice Beam, so I'm just being stupid. Has access to the Thunderbolt and the Thunder, good anti-water Pokemon, or good for anti-water, good against other Lapras, for example. Then we got access to Psychic, another good special attacking move. Waterfall, like I said, if you're running a physical attack Lapras, there's your stab damage right there. Outrage, it gains access to Outrage. That's also good for Lapras, good for anti-Dragon, but you have access to Ice Shard, so there's also that. Mega Horn, Lapras has a tiny horn, but it still can use the Mega Horn. Iron Tail, I can't really see the tail back there, but it has access to some steel damage there. Also has access to Iron Head. There's another move it has access to, good stab damage. Has access to Dragon Dance. Lapras learns Dragon Dance, people. We got a Speedy Boy here. Oh my goodness, we can use a Speedy Boy. And obviously we have Liquidation, Drill Run, very good physical attacking move, and Body Press. If you're running a very defensive Lapras, Body Press is a good move you can have on your Lapras. So, I did some calculations here, did some math. No, I'm not very good at math. Now I'm talking about what you can run here. Like I said, I have a G-Max Lapras here with the calm nature, max HP, max special defense. I'm all invested in keeping my Pokemon, alive. Just keeping it in the fight as long as possible. Now, obviously against the Bolton here, this is not, the prime example of a Pokemon that it can hit against. Actually, let's see if we can, let's see. Can we pull up another Pokemon? Is there another Pokemon that I can think of? No, I can't think of one off the top of my head. That would be a very good example of a special attacker taking on a Lapras in its G-Max form. Obviously, obviously here, Smogon damage, or whatever, this Pokemon Showdown damage calculator doesn't show the HP when it comes to full HP. No, it doesn't show that. But if you're running up, say, against the Bolton using the Thunder with the Life Orb, and it has the competitive nature, as long as it doesn't gain like a single stat boost, Lapras can survive it. It can take the damage. Sure, it's not going to survive, like in its standard form. It's not going to be able to take 2 hits. But let's just double the HP of the Lapras here. We're just doubling the HP of the Lapras here. Gonna be maxing out all our defenses, etc. Or not the defenses, actually. I think let's see if that a little bit of help there. I wish Smogon damage would actually do the damage calculations for a Lapras in its G-Max form, and etc. But regardless, it does survive the one hit, and if it's in the G-Max form, if it's in the Dynamax form, Lapras can definitely take a shot. That's what I'm trying to say here. You have a very special defensive Pokemon. You can reliably use it as a tank. You can reliably use it for like offensive pressure, or you can reliably use it for, defensive purposes. Lapras is a good all-around Pokemon that you can have on your team. And if you have it as your Gigantamax Pokemon, you have access to the move. For criminy sakes, I'm forgetting the move. Either you have access to the ice move that sets up the Aurora Veil, which makes your Pokemon even more tanky. My goodness, I cannot talk today. Ugh. I hope you all make use of Lapras. I'm sorry for the stutters. I'm sorry for forgetting a few things, like forgetting the move that Lapras uses to set up the Aurora Veil when it attacks in G-Max form. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!